Binge Buddies. Oh man, my throat died the second I started talking. Do that one.
Better than yours,
hi, God damn it, I'm leaving it all in. Hi, welcome to Binge Buddies. No wrong time to walk. Me, your host, is always Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt Penguin Zombie Dog Dykes. I had no idea how long you're going to go with that. I was just going to let you keep doing it. We also have Joel Tawky Tawny DeWitte.
Can you just do that for the entire episode? Like every response being that?
I mean, that would absolutely kill me. I prefer not to happen on my show. But if there's a show I was listening to and somebody did that, like just refused to give it up, I think it'd be the funniest thing in the world.
There'd have to be captions. It'd have to have a video form.
Yeah. Where it's like that meme going around right now where it's like, I want an audiobook that's nothing but heavy breathing and page turning for 8 hours, and then, oh, you meant out loud.
I've not seen that. That's brilliant.
No, that's fresh to me.
All right.
Heavy breathing, what are they reading?
Who knows?
Must be.
Is that not how you read? That's how I read everything, especially Expanse. I get worn out reading the Expanse, man. Some good books.
Audiobooks, don't read them.
I mean, I do both. I'm totally insane. Like, I pay for the audiobook, and then I pay for the book, and then I, like, jump along with work. Yeah, I was reading my car, I got to about this spot, then I go find that spot in the book, then I continue reading. I'm a crazy person, but I'm also fine with that.
I usually just play Minecraft while I listen to an audiobook.
That's actually a good way to do it, too. That's like the only way I've ever enjoyed Minecraft. I don't really like Minecraft, but there's more podcasts than audiobooks, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are after our insanely long break that got even a little longer after we attempted to record this episode once before, and that went so well.
We got half an episode.
Did we get Alex, Vandal Savage, Orona? Did he drop in? Did it work?
Whoa, hey, what's going on, guys? How you
It
doing?
did.
Impeccable timing.
It was so good. Alex was running a little late, and I was the meanest guy in the world. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, we're starting without you, and we're going to hope you can jump in, and it worked. So now we have that test settled.
Jump-ins totally work, and that's awesome.
That is actually good to know.
It is actually. It's quite useful, that.
That it's very useful. I'm going to keep that in mind. Anyhow, so here we are. We're back. I am now COVID-free. I am vacation-free. That's a sadder one. And I'm excited to get back into Peacemaker. We left this thing at a motherfucker of a cliffhanger, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of unintentional, but even if it had been intentional, I'm like, it's a good cliffhanging spot. Like, what will happen to Adebayo? She's probably going to die. And then you find out real quick, oh, nope, she's fine.
It was actually very surprising to me. I did not see that coming.
That she was fine?
Well, it was more like they're like, oh, yeah, we already know. We've known for a long time. It's like, wait, what? No, that's not. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, too.
Yeah, I remember watching it the first time and, like, thinking, that's a bit anticlimactic. But then the way that it goes and the way that you find out that every time that anyone talks about it to John, he just starts going, la, 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 no, 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 no. I think it actually works quite well.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like, he still acts like he's a child. And then she goes, oh, does he just not pay attention? And then he actually comes in and he just goes, no, 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 no.
Oh, he actually does that.
He literally puts his fingers in his ears.
But I really like this scene where Murn like lays it all on the table. Like, I think it's a really good scene between him and Adebayo, and then Harcourt shows up eventually. Halfway in between, we do get the opening credits, which is always great. But it is a really good scene.
I never skip the opening credits.
No. I never do either. Why would you?
Why would you? Amazing song, amazing dancing. It's great.
Yeah, it's perfect every time. But either way, I think the scene is really, really good, and you can kind of see why James Gunn loves that actor so much. Like, because he sells the hell out of this incredibly ridiculous premise of, like, I had to take over this body. This guy was horrible, and I remember it all, and it's terrible. And it's like, you poor thing. You're still mind wiping and implanting your entire body in someone's brain and then wearing them like a suit.
But he feels real guilty about that, though.
He does feel guilty about it, but he's still doing it. And after he eventually loses Murn, getting way ahead of ourselves, it's not like he wasn't going to do that to somebody else. Like that, he knows what he has to do, and he's not happy about it, but he's still doing it.
Yeah, it's his Faustian bargain, right? I mean, he is trying to stay engaged and find a means to help with pushing back the butterflies, but again, he picked the worst kind of person, and he has this great line where he says even he could have been saved, so he still has to wrestle with a world of guilt that he took it over, even though he sees all these despicable things that the husk he took did.
Oh yeah, you never have to ask Murn like that. That stoner question of like, if you could kill one person to save the entire planet, would you? Murn is a firm yes.
I mean, I would be too, to be fair.
I think most people would, but there's still the morality thing of like, is it worth it? Like that, you can really have a good college conversation about that question. Murn won't. Murn will just like yes. Like there's why are we even having the conversation? I've already killed the guy. Like it's already happened.
Which does prove the point
baby
that
Hitler.
once you become like a butterfly goes into you, you really can't come back.
No. Once the butterflies, because I mean, when you see the X-ray of it through Peacemaker's helmet, it's pretty clear. Like, oh, there's a big hole in your brain where the bug is just kind of chilling. Like, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, thinking about it, I don't think I'm the best sort of benchmark anyway on those kind of moral choices, considering, like, the trolley problem, for example. I'd figure out a way to kill both everyone, and I'd just be like, blow up the trolley, kill everyone.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
How do you fix the game? Flip the board.
Tokyo Drift a trolley.
Yeah.
I say that as somebody who's never watched that series of movies.
Oh my god! First off, you need to watch
That's
that
a really good series.
of movies. Secondly, I would so insanely watch them Tokyo Drift a trolley. It would be amazing.
Brian, I thought you did this by now. I only watch movies in podcast form.
I mean, I understand that. All right, let's keep moving. So after the scene where they kind of find out that Murn's, Murn, they then go to Peacemaker doing the janitor from the hospital a favor and showing up to his kid's school for is it take your dad to work day? Is it career day? Like what?
I think it's like I don't think it's take your dad to work day. I think it's some sort of heroes day, not necessarily
Show and
heroes
tell.
day. It's like show and tell or something like that, or have an adult come in and talk about something. Like I don't know, like
That's a strange day.
And also, these things seem to happen a lot more in shows than I actually remember that ever happening.
Oh, totally agree. But I'm also sort of fine with that because it gives us an excellent opening beyond the Murn thing to Peacemaker, at least in this episode. Him with the kids is it's just hysterical. Like clearly, he's going back on like classic Peacemaker tropes of if I make fun of you, you're gonna love it. And he's just ripping into every single kid who asks a question. He calls one kid Chubster. Like,
yeah. He calls one kid Sad Eyes. Like,
he calls him Sad Eyes. Jesus.
Yeah,
It's so dark.
it's like, oh, you look like you're gonna kill yourself, age 16.
Jesus. Like, but I also love that like none of these kids are impressed by Peacemaker. Well, one of them a couple of them kind of are. Like the kid who's like, have you ever met Wonder Woman? Well, met her, no, but she did IF me all from across the room for the entire party.
Dude, what? I said effing.
I said F, but I missed it until this because we had to record this episode twice. I did another rewatch. I've missed it every time I've watched it. That when he tells the kid that she IF me across the room, the kid goes, "Sweet."
Yep.
Dude, that kid's into it. He's so into it.
It's Wonder Woman. I don't know any straight or bisexual person who wouldn't be into her IFing you across the room.
Oh yeah, it's I think it'd be a good thing for most people, even if you're not into what she's selling. If Wonder Woman's into you, you can still take that as a compliment. That's pretty awesome. And as much as I don't believe Peacemaker, it'd be awesome for him if it did happen. But I do love that this came out, however long ago, and this movie was just, eagle-eyed to the future. Have you ever met The Flash? I did. And like everyone else who met him, he's a douchebag.
He's just not wrong. He's not wrong.
Nope.
Yeah. Do you reckon that was a little inside joke around the actor themselves, or were they just commenting on the fact that The Flash is a bit of a motor mouth arsehole?
I mean, to be
My
fair,
honest
that
opinion
actor has
is-
had problems
is-
before this. From my understanding, he was
Yeah.
difficult.
He has, but I honestly think that in the context of this episode and them writing this, it is fully that character is a bit of an asshole. I don't want to say too much more than that because I don't want to get into like why I think that. But
Yeah, because then there's a whole
pretty sure
conversation
that's what
about
it
is Flash autistic in that show? I don't know. In the movie, I mean.
we'll see because there's a lot of questions about it. But either way, I thought it was really funny that this show was so ahead of the curve on that one.
Yeah.
And then before we get out of that scene, like this scene just keeps hitting, and it's so good. It gets to the end of it where the girl's like, "Hey, do you know this woman? Yeah, she was awesome.
Becky Coolidge.
Yeah, Becky Coolidge. Oh yeah, she was the best. I think you might be my real dad."
Yeah, that's right. I haven't seen her in like 10 years.
And just the teacher's just like, all right, we're done. We're done.
Serious
Well, I like-
implications for the future.
What I like though is Sad Eye's kid. It was just like, you said the Blackheart Ruby weighed 30 pounds. Yes? And Kite Man was riding a kite. That's right. Wouldn't you have crashed anyway due to gravity?
No.
No.
He's just so mad. Just no. And then the next question: do you have a coterie of super? No.
Do you have a backstory?
Oh,
Not
he
in
does.
the
We find out
conventional
next
sense.
episode, and it sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah.
I'm jumping over my favorite part of the entire sequence because it's definitely from my quote at the end. So I'm just gonna leave it for a little bit. But after this, we get to Augie is getting out of jail. Detective Song did her due diligence. She filed the right paperwork. She went over her boss's head, not knowing that her boss is a complete and utter psychopath. And she got Augie released from jail because it was the right thing to do.
I guess.
I guess.
Kinda.
Wait,
I think she fucked up a little bit there.
I would
Yeah.
say so.
I mean, I don't care if he didn't commit that murder at that point. You know, if I'm in Detective Song's shoes, he didn't commit that murder. I'm like,
He probably
stay in
committed a
prison.
murder somewhere that we missed.
she's lawful good. I mean,
She is.
it made sense within the confines of her character, her moral code.
yeah. Again, like I said, I don't really have much of a moral code, so not the best judge on that. Really, I'd be just like pull out the gun and shoot him.
I'm not saying I'm not saying it's right. It's just who she is.
Yeah, and I think she's dead wrong here. But it's also like, yeah. But I also get why she's doing it. But there's something about the police chief just running out, just completely freaked out. It's such a good, just like, oh wow, what did she do? Like if she and Fitz are just kind of like having a conversation after this, like, why was he so insanely freaked out about me letting an innocent man out of jail? Like, there's just so many implications that, like, it's such just kind of like a fun sequence to just kind of like dig into. I mean, granted, I've watched this episode now twice. I know where it's all going, but still, it's just,
I do love
Yeah, I
how
like
the police chief guy, Captain Locke, that was his name. I like how he's so freaked out and so annoyed as well. He forgets which direction he's going in as well.
Yeah. I love that you can tell in the post-credit sequence to this episode, and actually next week's episode too, just shows how much James Gunn let this guy have fun on set.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't really know this guy from much of anything. Like, I recognize him, but I don't know him from anything. And damn it, he's funny in this.
He does a
He's
lot
horrifying.
of. So he's in Stargate Atlantis quite a bit, but he plays. He plays a wraith in one of it, like a recurring one. But I think he's played a few other characters like that with, like, heavy prosthetics on.
It must be when I was watching parts of Stargate with Chewie then. Why I recognize him, because he's great, and I think he sells everything in this.
He's fantastic.
I will say this episode kind of solidifies Detective Song as one of my favorite actors on the show, though. I think she's not my favorite character by miles, but I think she's one of the better actors because I love how much she hates Augie and loves doing her job at the same time, and like their interactions just destroy me. And then later, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but later on when she has to flip to being a butterfly and she's just a totally different character, I think she crushes everything she needs to crush in the show. But that interchange between her and Augie when he's trying to leave is just so goddamn funny.
Oh, is it see you soon, bitch? Or is it say in your language, ching chong, chickadee chopsticks? I think if Google Translation's off, Augie, that means my haircut looks like a donkey took a shit on my head. See ya.
I think it's that snappiness that makes her character so great.
What's so good is when Fitz ruins it. There's like, wouldn't want to be ya, and it's like he just wants to be involved. He wants to be involved so much.
He wants the back and forth. He wants to feel cool too because they seem so cool to him.
Fucking Song's face.
Yeah.
When he says wouldn't want to be ya, it's just like offended and disgust all at the same time. Just like, how dare you? Like
she had a good
you?
back and forth setup, and then he comes in here and does something real just real cringy to ruin it.
And I'm really glad I did watch
it. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I know I fucked it up.
I'm so glad I watched this again because there's so many things that I was like laughing through before that I've missed now. Like I never missed the fist bump at the end of this that he also screws up and she's like, it's over.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
Like she clearly really, and even the butterfly confirms it later, and I keep jumping way ahead, I apologize. She clearly enjoys and cares for Fitz. Like you can tell that she's very, very fond of him, to quote the butterfly directly. But she's also just so frustrated by him. Like it's like, oh, you're the best, but you're also that dog that just won't stop peeing on the carpet. Like I love you, but my God, you were just frustrating.
I understood that reference.
It kind of reminds me of like a big sister, little brother. You know, it's like, oh come on, kid. Like you're cool just from standing there. If you just stood there and kept your mouth shut, we would all think you're cool.
Have you ever been a hype man? Just stand behind me, fold your arms, and go, yeah, every once in a while. That's all you need to do.
All you need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, stand behind you. Cross your arms.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Ah, God damn it.
Damn it, I couldn't help it.
Don't say wouldn't want to be.
I thought I had a good one.
So after that scene is when we go to now Vigilante and Peacemaker in Peacemaker's house, and they're questioning Goff now. I know there's a little bit to get to questioning Goff, but that is essentially this sequence, and this might be one of my favorite sequences in the entire show. I don't know why.
It's like one tap for yes, two's for no, and immediately Vigilante's like, Goff, why did you put a peace sign on the jar? Yes or no? It's yes or no. It's only fucking yes or no questions. That's a lot of rules. 2 fucking rules. 2. 1 yes or no.
Don't be an idiot.
2, don't be a fucking moron. How am I supposed to follow that rule?
How am I supposed to follow that second rule? Maybe by shut the fuck up. You can tell that,
he needs clear parameters.
Yeah, like Peacemaker's just so frustrated and fed up with Vigilante just being an idiot.
Vigilante's idiot savant character has continued to be funny. Now, I don't think they can go too far with it.
No, he's so good.
Yeah.
But it's so good because he has, like, not just because, but, like, Peacemaker definitely makes it a little better. Because you can just, like, by showing all that frustration and just letting Vigilante be that much more annoying, it just works so well. And it's the only time that you ever see John Cena get close to breaking. Like, he never breaks, obviously. This isn't like a single cam or multicam, like, audience, breaking inspired environment. So breaking would be bad. But you can see it when he's shouting at Vigilante, like, that whole, like, 1, yes or no questions. 2, don't be a fucking moron. Like, the smile is just creeping into his face throughout all of it. Like, you know that he knows it's fucking hysterical what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a knock against John Cena at all, because I think he does actually hold it together really well. And his sort of like half, like, I don't even get a half, like quarter smile that's sneaking in there actually makes it a little funnier.
Also, it's like you know that there's never any like malice. There's no, like, there are a lot of characters that are purposefully annoying, and you can tell that this is just childlike wonder that you find irritating. Even like at one point, just starts asking him, is like, well, what's your favorite color? Again, yes or no? And okay, we're gonna go through all of them.
Is teal your favorite color?
It's like, why do we care what his favorite color is? And why do you start with fucking teal?
It's like, oh, he just has childlike wonder. He just like is curious about the world and want, like, you know, that.
I love his reasoning for starting with teal. Is wouldn't it be really weird if it was teal? It's like, yes, but why start with it?
See, yeah, so I like these are the questions I imagine like a 3-year-old posing. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Just curious.
Maybe 4. I don't think a 3-year-old knows what teal is.
Just yet.
I mean, they might. Some pick up weird colors. That's all they
Yeah.
want. It's a thing. Oh, what's this color? Magenta. Magenta's my favorite color. It's the only color I'll talk about for the next 5 years.
I knew.
It's a thing.
Yeah, I
It
knew a
happens.
kid who was obsessed with beige.
Yeah, see, it's a thing.
Was that kid
wow.
like an 80-year-old man?
Might as well be. Yeah.
Was he a child energy vampire?
I'm gonna say, was he Colin Robinson?
He only
Lots of sweater
that
vests.
kid only ate beige
Yeah.
food for like years, and there's not a lot of them. It's bread and apples.
Apples
Does
aren't
he skin
beige.
the
You
apples?
you gotta skin the apple, or else they won't eat it.
Oh,
I
okay. There
forgot
you
to
go.
It was a whole thing.
Anyhow, that beige rabbit hole.
Is that one of our weirdest tangents? I think it may be.
What
might
foods are
be.
beige? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, what foods are beige? I mean,
Pasta.
Pasta, yep.
oh yeah, pasta, yeah. Some
No
rices.
sauce. Brown rice, yeah.
Yeah.
Pasta, no
We're
sauce.
not, I said we're leaving this rabbit hole. Back to the show. So while they're having this interrogation and they're going through everything with Goff, we have Detective Song gearing up to go finally arrest Peacemaker, and at the same time you have Murn and company trying to alert Peacemaker, who's not paying attention to his phone because he's too busy trying to talk to Goff and scream at Vigilante. So Song is getting dangerously close to pulling this off. Like, all the way up to the thing, they have to escape out the roof. They have Eagly get out, and they're like starting to go through the trees. They're very shockingly nimble as they're moving through the trees, as Peacemaker's a fucking tree himself. But it's a really good, surprisingly tense sequence. Because if you don't have the knowledge of where this is going, these are Song's last moments, this actually feels like they're in legit trouble here.
Right, there's a real feel that they could have finally pulled it off. And it might be weird, but I kind of wish they did. You know, I like her character enough where you kind of want her to have a win, right?
Yeah.
And she's only had like half victories so far.
Yeah, getting good zingers in with a racist, I wouldn't exactly call wins. So she has very, very few wins in this show.
But this does give me like the point that I kind of like with some of these is that in a way to humanize characters and superheroes, they make them. It kind of becomes confusing at what makes them super. And here with these men who both are very adept at killing, John Cena being a mountain of muscle. It's awesome to see him be able to be nimble and perform this like very intricate and difficult escape via tree line. Like hopping from tree to tree does not seem like something John Cena should be able to do, but giving him this character the ability to do so shows that like, oh, he's also proficient. Like he's agile, he's strong, he's a killing machine. These are all things that are reasons why you'd consider him super. And to me, that's like, oh yeah, okay. Because there are other times, I'll talk about it in another episode, but there are other times where I'm just like, this sequence makes me really confirm that this character is not super, and then that's why I like this one, is just because it really emphasizes that, oh, okay, yeah, Vigilante is a villain, and he's got some moves.
Yeah. Well, until he doesn't.
Yeah, until he doesn't. Like duct taping a glass jar to his back.
Yeah, I mean, good idea in theory, keep his hands free. Bad idea when you fall out of a tree onto your back and now release a hostile alien who's just going to call his friends and essentially try to take over the world. So maybe duct taping the jar to the back was a bad plan.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what you're saying about Vigilante being straight up villain, basically, as well, is he pulls the knife out to, to kill Detective Song, and, like, Peacemaker's, like mouthing she's a cop. And he's like, she's a cock? And then you got Peacemaker just go, she's a cop! And he's like, oh, fine. He's like so disappointed that he doesn't get to murder a police officer. It's like, yeah, you're a villain, dude.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely a villain. He's a
Not even
lovable
an
villain.
anti-hero. He's just a straight up villain.
Yeah, for sure. But I agree with kind of what Joel was saying earlier, though. Like, watching Goff take over Song is kind of heartbreaking. Like, you really did kind of want her to win in a way. Like, she's so good that when she gets bugged, it's just like, oh, fuck.
It's like when she's pulling on, you almost think, oh, she's gonna grab it and just pull it out, and he's not gonna get in, and then all of a sudden she goes, just like slips out of her fingers and just straight, and you're like, oh no, she's done.
Yeah.
And then you know, me sitting at my job watching this thing when I probably shouldn't have been. I'm like, so how do they actually get in? Like, it seems like they just kind of burrow through. So no wonder you can't really stop. Once they get in your mouth, I'm sure they're just clawing your tongue and the inside of your mouth to complete shreds. I bet you lose focus on holding onto it after a while.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that like, it's so easy for them to get in, but it does kind of also have that same thing we talked about way back in the day with the Suicide Squad of cover your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Just
I mean, really, I assume any orifice.
Yeah, really, yeah. I mean, I guess that's possible. I mean, if you cover your face to go up the butt, it's going to be a long journey up to the brain. It's going to suck. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I was
you're
thinking
just fucked.
ears or nose, but, you know, you do you, I guess.
Straight to the pooper.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, if it goes up the butt, just very quickly have some really spicy food.
Oh, God.
And maybe just quickly shit it
You
out.
just have
with,
that
like,
locked and
explosive
loaded, huh?
diarrhea.
Just have it locked and loaded?
Yeah.
Could you just imagine, like, if they did go this route, just the conversation the Bugs could have afterwards? Like, he was covering his mouth. How'd you get in? I don't want to talk about it. Oh, you didn't. I don't want to talk about it. I have the body now. Please shut up.
The only thing I've gleaned from this is that Matt works to be fully prepared for a bug infestation at any time.
Yep. He's always, like, on the cusp of having to shit.
He likes James
I
Gunn
am.
movies.
I literally am. Like, right now.
No. Oh, no. Why did we do this?
I mean, you set it up. I just, like, I just went with it.
I mean, to be fair, all the audience heard was a bleep.
Perfect.
Aw. Why do you always bleep all my best funny moments?
You know, I gotta say, sometimes, and I learned this from actually from a conversation. I didn't learn it from the conversation, but reference a conversation we all had yesterday about FX shows. I learned it from FX. Sometimes bleeping is funnier than the joke.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's why Matt sets me up for the best bleep jokes. Take it as a compliment.
There was
man.
a YouTube
It means you
series.
say gross enough stuff that gets an audience to go, oh, but then you have to bleep it, and they go, why? What the fuck did he say?
There was a YouTube series I used to watch called Unnecessary Censorship, and it was just adding bleeps to stuff that didn't actually have swears. And it was
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen YouTube videos of that. It's so
It was a
funny
Jimmy
because
Kimmel bit, wasn't it?
it may be.
Maybe.
I think
I
it was
don't
a
know.
Jimmy Kimmel
I've
bit.
seen something on YouTube where they do that, and it does make it so funny because it's like, you know, like daytime soaps or something. They just put bleeps in randomly, and it just sounds like, because the word they've taken specifically sounds like it could be the start of a swear word as well, because they leave that a little bit of the word. That's always the key.
Just search Sesame Street unnecessary censorship, and that's the funniest shit fucking ever. Anyhow, back to Peacemaker. We found a lot of pitfalls this week, but it's okay. Where were we? Detective Song's gone, and they're running. Okay, so Peacemaker and Vigilante are running away because, you know, Goff took over Song, and they get caught by a couple police officers. They actually don't make it. They pulled it off at no, police officers are shot and murdered. That caught me so off guard the first time I watched it.
Well, the first time I watched it, when you see that close with that cop getting shot through the head, I thought it was going to cut back and, like, Vigilante had done it. I genuinely thought that it was going to be something like that, and then you find out it's Locke, and you think, oh, yeah. Like, it's like suddenly you remember the fact that he is actually in on it, but, like, in the moment, I was just thinking to myself, oh, fucking hell, Vigilante's just killed a police officer. Because then it got me thinking, like, maybe Vigilante is going to be like, they're going to flip that around and the best friend's going to become the villain or something.
Oh,
I
could have seen
thought that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, when they first announced that Vigilante was in the show, I assumed Vigilante was the villain of the show. But I'm also like, I'm a comic book fan, and like I watched all the CW shows, and like I've been enjoying DC stuff for a while, so I know Vigilante not as this version of Vigilante at all. I know him as a mutant villain who can like regenerate. Like he is a totally different character in the books.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
So he's
and
like
he's
the
awesome.
DC version of Deadpool.
That's what I thought too.
That's actually a different character as well. Deadpool's a ripoff
Yeah,
of somebody else from the DC universe.
Well, yeah, but it's not. That's just from the like Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson stuff. Though it's not really that much similar.
Oh, that's probably
to
true,
Deathstroke.
yeah.
And there is a character in Harley Quinn that is just a direct Deadpool ripoff, and he's called Red Tool. It's pretty fucking hilarious. All of his dialogue boxes are in the shape of different tools. It's fucking funny.
Do you know, for a second there, I thought you were on about the animated series. I was like, have I missed an episode?
No, you're farther along than I am. No, I'm talking about comics. I love Harley Quinn's comic. I'm a Harley Quinn fan. Have I mentioned that before? Anyhow, but yeah, the you guys keep remembering his name. I keep forgetting it. What's the
Locke.
Locke? When Locke murders those cops, it really catches you off guard, and then Peacemaker and Vigilante are able to get away. But you have that scene between Fitz and Locke when Fitz catches up. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I got here just as the shooter was getting away," and he's like selling this sadness. He's like, "Peacemaker, no, it wasn't Peacemaker." He describes the hamburger
Such a
to him.
jackass.
It's like he's a man like wearing a striped jacket, and just sort of said,
Rabble, rabble.
"Rabble, rabble."
And then the other guy goes, "Did he just describe the hamburger? I think he's describing the hamburger." It's like, yes, you idiot.
I love what he said, like, when Locke turns around and says, "Do you want to ask stupid questions or do you want to live?" And then Vigilante just turns and without skipping a beat, "Which one do you want to do?"
Oh, damn it. I love this show. And now my notes get a little muddled after here because I kind of get sucked into the show after this point. Actually, kind of during this point, I really get sucked in the show. And even on my rewatch, my notes still kind of go a little nuts. So after this, is this when they go to the conversation between, like, Peacemaker and Harcourt where, like, Harcourt gives his name and Peacemaker admits he doesn't want to murder people anymore? Or is this when Detective Song does the My Favorite Monster and takes over the entire police headquarters, cops, robbers, and all?
I think my favorite monster is.
I think it's first, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it is because that's where I always think the show's ending because it feels like a very much an end, and then you have a little bit of, then you have the Peacemaker and Harcourt and the Peacemaker piano scene and all that. But yeah, the that sequence of "She's my favorite monster" and calling her Goff, calling in all the aliens, all of them landing, and then just walking with a cloud of butterflies as they take over any single human they come near, is one of the best shot sequences in this entire show. It is so insanely awesome and depressing while it happens. Like, there's characters you've kind of gotten to know. You have Fitz who gets it. You have those creepy prisoners who get it. Like, every single person gets overtaken throughout the course of a song, and it's nuts.
It's a fucking awesome song as well. It's very well used.
Yeah.
Like fucking James Gunn. I know we've talked about this like numerous times. James Gunn knows music.
Yes, he does.
But it's a very, very it's not just like that it's a good song, it's the sort of rhythm and the pace of the song fits with how they've edited the sequence together as well. It's almost like they edited the sequence to the song, which maybe they did.
I mean, it's possible, yeah. If he knew he wanted this song from the get-go, that makes sense.
And he always the other thing is that I there are plenty of people who like music. If you look at the Romeo plus Juliet and the Great Gatsby, etc. But it's more about like this is non-mainstream. Like these bands like you've barely ever heard of, and then all of a sudden like their music sales like jump up because of the spot in the movie. Like, oh, no one's ever heard of us before, but all of a sudden James Gunn put us in a movie. And that's what I like more, is that like these are like little hidden gems, and you just like listen to it like, oh man, this goes on a playlist.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they're hidden gems to us. People who like this style of music, these are the hits. Like, I have a friend who's just into nothing. Like, this is the only style of music he listens to. And when he watched Peacemaker, like, he put all of the best music in it.
Yeah, there's been a couple
He
of
loves all
tracks
of it.
where I'm like, oh man, I forgot this song existed. That's awesome.
Is it more
I mean,
mostly 80s hair metal? Is that what we're talking about?
80s hair metal, and then like the hair metal of today that just kind of didn't go away. Like Wigwam's, like Do You Want to Taste It is not that old of a song.
No.
I mean, it's not like last 5 years maybe, but probably a little bit longer than that. But it's not that old. It's just
mid
hair metal.
2000s maybe.
Is it 2000s? Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that.
That's
though.
like 10 years
I
old.
do remember when I looked at the
years old.
actual music video. I was like looking at it going, oh, this is actually older than I thought it was.
Yeah, but it's not like 80s old. It's not that old.
No.
More recent than that. But either
yeah,
way.
But I do.
The fact of it was like, oh, it's older than I thought it was, but it's also not as old as I thought it was. It was kind of like that thing of like, oh, it's a modern song, but it's also a bit older than I expected from a modern song, but it's not a song from the 80s.
But I do like that. I mean, even if it's current stuff, the tone and sound is very off the beaten path from the mainstream, and I also think that suits this show really, really well.
The show, the characters, all of it. It's a very, very well packaged thing. Like everything just fits in the box extremely well. And this sequence is like a testament to that. Like it's both insanely violent, scary, sad, funny. Like it hits everything.
And that was something else I definitely felt like about the sequence was that I was actually really like upset, kind of like bummed because I liked all these characters and now all of a sudden they're just like alien, whether it replicants or like body snatchers, butterflies, whatever. It's just like, oh, I'm like, oh man. That's a bummer, which is, I guess the point, right? Because it's supposed to be like a little bit like scary, also like alien invasion style stuff. But, for me, I was like, oh, damn it.
I love the sequence at the end, though, where they're all walking, like, trying to learn how to smile in these new bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Unsettling.
Locke. The
Locke
smile,
is so good.
the smile on Locke's face. That's the Joker. That is a Joker smile.
Yeah. Unsettling.
Like, I am convinced that actor should play the Joker at some point in a live action thing. Cause
he'd be so
he
good.
could just smile his normal smile, like that smile. He wouldn't need any prosthetics or anything like that, and it would be creepy as fuck.
If you had found out at the end of this, especially in like that post-credit sequence, that this is the Joker, just pretending to be Locke, like in face makeup, it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah.
Specifically because of the end credit sequence, which it doesn't matter anymore. But like that whole like, does this look sad? Is this sad?
Yeah.
Oof. But after my favorite monster sequence, we cool things down for a minute, and you have this this very sweet moment where Harcourt has drawn a dove of peace on one of Peacemaker's guns.
Oh, she's properly engraving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just drawing it. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, not just drawing it with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Which of course he doesn't even like.
Ghost this
He
time.
doesn't even like fully like. He kind of appreciates, but also at the same time, still just kind of like his gut instinct is Dove's facing the wrong way.
Yeah, well, it's like Dove's facing the wrong way. It's like super nice though. When he just gets a look at it, he just sees the look on her face, or she looks like she's about to punch him. And he's like, super nice though, yeah.
Well, he comes clean right afterwards, like immediately afterwards. I don't give a fuck about the piece of dove. I don't want to kill people anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like that moment of, oh, he's finally admitting it. Like he's admitting it not just to himself, he's admitting it to her, which is the big one because her entire reason for knowing him is that he kills people. So he's kind of making himself useless to her, or potentially making himself useless to her by being honest with her. And it's this real kind of like extremely vulnerable moment for him. And then she even point blank asked, she's like, okay, we're going to murder so many people tomorrow. And he's like, oh, no, bugs are fine. Aliens are fine. Whatever. I just don't want to kill people anymore. And you can see that it kind of hits Harcourt. Like, she actually understands.
Yeah.
Like, she's starting to warm up to the big guy.
Oh yeah.
She gives him her first name. And then we never hear that name again.
So far.
I mean, that's true. But it is kind of, like Sheila in Venture Brothers. Like, you catch it once or twice, and then it's never heard again. But I like them together. I think they have really good chemistry and scenes together, and like the heartfelt scenes, they really, really do well. Go ahead. Somebody's talking.
No, I think that was just a hitting of something.
Oh, okay. But the sequence it's capped off by the piano sequence, which is just fantastic. And it's something that I feel like in most scenarios would get producer noted out of the episode. I think we're very fortunate that it did not in this episode, because I don't think it's entirely necessary, story plot wise, whatever you want to say. Like, I think all the emotional beats have been hit. This is just kind of like letting them like really hit. I think it's great. I love this sequence, and I'm really happy they left it in there, and I'm even more happy that it didn't get taken out, because it definitely feels to me like something that could be very easily removed and no one would be the wiser.
I could see why some people have a problem with it, in that it is such a dissonant moment compared to everything else that's happening in this episode, and it is a very snap, like twitch transition over to this. But you think logically about a character like that, you gotta have an outlet, right? And for somebody who prides himself on not expressing that, something that slow and heavy would be the way you let it out without crying. So like it makes total sense to me, and I think it works.
Cool. What did we miss? Where does this episode end? I feel like we're
there's the diary. The last scenes where the diary gets presented at the press conference.
And then don't you? That's right. My notes were scrolled too down. I was going to spoil something. The end of next week's episode. And then you find out that that butterfly lock is just like, nope, we're gonna need to find Peacemaker. Look, we have this diary.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the things that we didn't mention is when Locke gets taken over by the butterfly. Like, if you look really carefully, you can see when he's coughing up all the fake blood. Like, I mean, the actor coughing up the fake blood, it goes in his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it literally lands in his eyes, and it's just like the fact that that was still a good enough take to stay in there, and B, the fact that he didn't really react to it. It really kind of, I think it sells the character of Locke being that much more unhinged. That, it's like even when he coughs up blood, he doesn't sort of like react to it. Like, it's almost like he has this weird sort of like almost happy look on his face, kind of, as well.
He's done now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of a relief. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I kind of wish we got more of Locke, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad we didn't, because he seems kind of horrifying. All right, let's move into our favorite moments, quotes, whatever you want to call it, and then we can say goodbye for this episode. I'm going to go first, because my favorite moment is just... it just brings me so much joy. Like, I fucking love this thing. It's when he's talking to those kids, and he's like, do you have any pets? Yeah, I have an eagle. His name's Eagly. Why is your pet's name so unoriginal? Why are you my least favorite kid in this class? And the kid just destroys him, because I can see right through you, and I think you're a loser. Jesus. That's it. I got nothing else to say. That kid he owns the entire scene with that.
My favorite bit was again, it has become my favorite character officially, which is just like a best friend vigilante, where they go, yeah, we were talking to Goth and Goth got free, and they're telling everybody, and then vigilante chimes in and goes, yeah, and we don't know whether he likes teal or not. Like Peacemaker comes in with the actual vital information, and then he just comes in and goes, plus we don't know his feelings on teal. It's like, what?
It's good shit. Next.
Sure, I'll go. So we've already covered it a little bit, but it's when the White Dragon gets released, and the CEO wouldn't want to be. Are you fucking kidding me? I pretty much nailed him there. Not sure you needed to add the, I know, I fucked it up.
So my favorite bit, we've kind of talked about it a bit as well. It's just the bit where Vigilante pulls out the knife, and Peacemaker's basically going, no, don't do it, don't, no, and then like mouthing she's a cop, and it's just like Vigilante. For the longest time, I thought that Vigilante says she's a cook as well, like as in cuckolding thing. But I watched it with subtitles on, where I was writing down quotes, and it's actually a cock. Yeah, but it's just like, she's a cock, and it's like, she's a cop. It's just the way that like, he sort of says it, but it's like he's trying to stay quiet, but you can see how annoyed he is as well.
I mean, of course, why wouldn't he be annoyed? It's a very annoying situation.
Yeah. But I do like as well at the end where Peacemaker's like, what the fuck is going on? There's something weird going on. You think me and Vigilante are too stupid to notice? And then he just cuts to Vigilante. Hey everyone, look! Which one's me and which one's Eagly? And then Peacemaker's just like, okay, you're half right.
It is kind of frustrating. I do feel for Peacemaker that situation, though. It is, it's frustrating. I get it.
Yeah. I feel for Vigilante. He's got no brain.
So Alex dropped into this episode, and now he's dropped out of this episode.
Whoops.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need to move into plugs. I think we can do these without Alex because he just disappeared out of the episode. Everybody else still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's do a quick round of plugs for this show and every other show on the ATH network. Be sure to check out athpod.com. We might actually be starting up ATH in some fashion or another some point later this year. I'm not sure. I know we originally said August, and August just didn't happen because I've been too busy. But we're still kind of spitballing ideas, and we're planning on starting that thing up again at some point. I just don't really have any solid info for you yet, which I apologize for. But it's mostly because we want to make the best show we can, and we don't want to just dive into something just because we have the bandwidth to do it. So eventually we will start up a version of ATH again. I'm just not sure what it is or when that's going to happen. So, hold your breath. But be sure to check out Demon Days, which is still going strong, and it's still a blast. I love being that bullywug for all those intros, and then listening to the show is just awesome. Actual Play D&D podcast, cannot recommend it highly enough. Joel, what about you?
I got some heavy lifting this week with Alex Strawn.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So my wife and I do a podcast called Afterthoughts. It's been a book club so far. It probably will expand out to other stuff at some point. We did just finish A Trinity Anti and King Arthur's Court. We have moved on now to Fahrenheit 451. And, that should be a little more brisk. Thank goodness. I'm also part of a podcast with Alex called Super GG Radio, where we cover video games and all things adjacent. We focus mostly on indie games, talk about the news, figure out how to clean up our backlog. In the last episode, we had video game homework where we played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance together. And boy, do people have hot takes on that. Finally, we have started our Extra Life campaign. Every year, there's a 24-hour gaming stream marathon where we are fundraising for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. I would ask you to go to extralife.com. If you search Super GG Radio, you'll find our page, and please consider donating to one of our patrons. Brock is killing it. Like he's already amassed $500 in fundraising. So,
Damn, go Brock.
Yeah, he's making us looking shameful. So, the rest of us need to catch up a little.
Now, is it just that Brock has just donated $500, or
No, I think he is just rallying the troops, and
I think Brock's just super into it.
yeah?
Which, good for him. I wish I had the patience and time to do it. Well, that's awesome. I will absolutely check it out, and recommend everybody else do as well. That's it, right? Oh no, Matt, what you got to plug?
Me and a friend of mine are working on a podcast. No idea what the title's going to be, but it's going to be like we're still working out this sort of like the logistics, and we're going to attempt to do what I'm calling a pilot and just see if it works. And if it does work, then cool. It won't be like regular schedule because like the nature of the podcast itself, it's going to be heavily reliant on availability of other people and stuff like that. But it's something that I'm looking forward to sort of doing and like branching out a little bit. So I have a tagline for it. It's putting the sci in sci-fi, but I need a title.
Do you mean the sigh like? Because that doesn't sound fun.
Okay, that's no longer the tagline.
Sorry.
Fuck you. I don't have a tagline or a title. I have nothing.
Well, I'm glad you were able to test this one. It still works. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. I'm sorry.
No, you ruined it.
All right, well, that incredibly uplifting note, I apologize again. I'm gonna say goodbye.
Toodle-oo.